Headed into 2025, Paul, as a former Jag yourself, I wanted to get your expectations for Trevor Lawrence. He makes his return coming off injury with the new OC and Liam Cohen, a new head coach, calling the plays for him. He's got Travis Hunter, who I'm going to ask you about in a second, over there, a wideout pairing of Brian Thomas Jr., Diami Brown, who I've heard great things coming out of minicamp and OTAs down there in Jacksonville. What are your expectations for Trevor Lawrence going into 2025?
I just want to see him be consistent.
Right.
We know he has all the talent in the world. We know I feel like, you see spurts of him being a leader. You see spurts of him being the guy that can make all the throws, do all the things you need him to do, but it just haven't been consistent. And that's the only expectation I'm looking for. I think if he can be consistent, the offense can stay on track, cut out the turnovers. We know that's going to happen from here to there, but truthfully, it's got to be minimized because right now they still have a young defense. They still have some guys that, learn the game coming along that they're going to have to count on this season. But if Trevor Lawrence can, sustain those drives, keep the defense off the field, put points on the board, I think they can have the season they really want to have, and that's getting to the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think their division's wide open in my opinion. A lot of potential. I think it's wide open. Now, let me ask you, Paul, are you still a believer in Trevor Lawrence? And were you a believer to begin with? Do you believe in his talent? Do you believe he's worth the contract, etc.?
When it comes to contracts, like I said, because I'm ex-player as well as coach, but I was a player first. And when we go out there and you put in the work, the blood, sweat, and tears, all the things that Trevor Lawrence has done, look, he earned the contract. And unfortunately, he's at a position that it pays a lot. And sit here, everybody want to sit here and nitpick about, well, he's not living up to the money and all this and that. I told some guys that I trained today that are NFL guys, you know what? The contracts that they give NFL players is lint in the owner's pocket. It's not what people think. And it's just unfortunate that people go by the look. They don't go by what it really is. And Trevor Lawrence, he puts in the work. When I got opportunity to spend time there during training camp over a year ago, 2 years ago, and that man puts in the work. He's not just showing up, flicking his hair back, looking for the cameras. That's not him. He's a guy that's trying to command the offense, get guys on the same page, and make things happen. And when you have a guy that you got a guy you can win with, and he's a guy that Jags can win with. And I think that's why they moved forward with the contract, because he's a guy that you can win with, and that's all you want out of your quarterback position. Is he going to grow into be, Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning? No, he needs to grow into be the best Trevor Lawrence that he can be. And if he does that, as a Jaguar fan, and I'm always be a Jaguar fan, no matter where I'm at, coaching, no matter, because it's in me. I bleed teal and black all day long. I'm going to always sit there and cheer for the man and expect that man to go out there and put his best foot forward every time out. They just got to keep him upright. The offensive line has been up and down for a long time, since I was there as a player.
Right.
But if the offensive line can stay together, work together, give that man the time he needs to make the read, to make the throws, he can do all that. That is not a question mark there. He can make it happen. And if he gets the opportunity, I think he will make it happen.
Absolutely. And I want to go, Jaguars got a new head coach this offseason, Liam Cohen. He comes over from LA and McVay. And I think that the McVay disciples is great. Liam Cohen coming over. Now I got to ask you, Liam Cohen, your thoughts on the hire and then his impact on Trevor Lawrence. Go ahead.
I don't know a whole lot about Liam Cohen personally. Like I said, been around and things like that. In the coaching circles and stuff like that. I've heard nothing but good things about him. I heard, the guy's smart. I heard the guy's innovative. He's trying to get the best out of his players and put them in the best position to be successful. And that's really what you want from your coach. Put me in the best position that I can be successful. Put me in positions that's going to be able to, maximize my ability. And if Cohen can do that, you know what? That offense can take the next step, because I think Doug was on his way, but unfortunately, with a lot of changes that they had this past year, you can't expect the same results.
Right.
When you turn over 90% of your coaching staff, you can't expect the same results. That's one of the biggest misconceptions that people don't realize in the NFL, that when these guys are playing with new coordinators and new quarterback coaches and all that, they have to learn a whole new deal, a whole new system.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, people assume that, oh, well, they had off season, they had training camp, they had preseason. It takes a whole lot more time than a few months out of the year to get these guys in sync, on the same page, and humming on all cylinders to make things happen.
No
We
doubt.
just hope as fans, as we watch this game, that Trevor Lawrence and Cohen and those guys and company, with Trevor Lawrence, with Brian Thomas, and now with Travis Hunter in the
Mm-hmm.
fold, they can be able to spread that ball around, get it in their playmaker hands, and let those guys go to work. Because Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, and I know we haven't talked about them yet, those guys can do great things with the ball in their hands. And that's what we need to get done.